Yeah. So we are on session two. Last class we did not have any specific discussions on Tableau, but we discussed the best practices or the way you can get into data visualization, right? Some do's and don'ts, how to kind of create a proper dashboard. Again, this is for instruction. There is nothing like this has to be done. Each one of us will find your own way. Uh, what are the few things we want to discuss today? Again, I'll not get into the slides right now. Maybe towards the end of the class, whenever we get time, I'll just quickly go through it. But obviously, whatever has been written on the slides, I'll try to show that into Tableau itself, right? So what we are going to do today, basically, we want to solve an issue. We want to create a dashboard, and through that, we'll try to understand all of this, right? So again, I'll come back to these slides towards the end of the class, but let us try to understand what we want to build. So I have given you two data sets. Let us first start to work with the sales pipeline data. Some of you who are into B2B classes might have seen the same data source, but it was on the Word document. It is a very small data set, 12 point. So what it basically shows, uh, there are different salespeople being employed by one global MNC. They are selling MRI machines, and for the 2022, right? So they have given their estimate, right? There are various tenders, there are various bids going on. They have given that data, right? Okay, so let's say I am managing the eastern side of India, uh, trying to sell those MRI machines from the company, right? So whenever the marketing director or the sales director have asked for the next year's forecast or next year's pipeline, right? From my end, I have given those 3 deals or 4 deals, which is in my hand for next year, and different stages of that deal. Some deal might be in the lead stage, some deals might be in qualified prospect or prospect, right? So different stages. If some of you are not into kind of marketing, as you know that anytime a tender or bidding happens, uh, somebody is kind of put a tender and you want to participate in that, right? You'll start with the lead stage, right? You got a lead and you try to like kind of participate in that bid. Then you get into the prospect stage. That means you have kind of a customer right now in the prospect stage. That means they have asked you to asked you for your offer, your kind of product information, service information. Then if they technically qualify you, now they have gone through your technical details, product details, whatever you have provided, and they're okay with it, right? Think about a State Bank of India, they want to revamp their, or let's say we'll take this case, different hospitals across India, each 3 years or 5 years down the line, they have a requirement of MRI machines, CT scan machines, right? So AIMS in Bhubaneswar or KIMS hospital, our own hospital or SOM hospital, right? They'll be requesting for different MRI machines, right? So on newspaper, there'll be floating tender, right? So companies like GE, Siemens, they will be participating because they are the major players in this market. So they will be participating to kind of provide their MRI machines. So for GE salesperson or for a Siemens salesperson, if I am working there, right? AIMS, KIMS or some hospital, if I'm talking about Odisha only, they are my customers, right? Probable customers. So when I am participating in those tenders, right? So those customers will be moving in my CRM or in my sales pipeline. They'll be moving into different stages. They'll start with lead stage when they have asked for an offer, or I know that they have floated a tender. So there is a potential opportunity that I can sell my MRI machines. Then from lead stage, they'll move into prospect stage. When I have given them their offer, I have given them my offer, my product specifications. They are going through it. So it seems like they are going to like kind of at least let me participate in that tender. From prospect, there is something called qualified prospect. When they have technically qualified me, that means they have gone through our technical specifications, they are happy or they are qualified based upon their requirement. They now say that, okay, your like kind of product are okay. What is your commercial kind of bid? That means for each machine, for each MRA machine, what is the price I'm going to ask, right? So last one is the committed. That means the negotiations is going on. Almost I'm at the final stage they're okay with kind of my technical specification. They're okay with like almost I'm going to win that tender, almost 90% certainty, right? So that is where those buying stages comes, right? Customer stages, customer moves from lead to a prospect to a qualified prospect to finally committed, right? Again, different companies might be using different terminology to identify them, right? So that is where you build a sales pipeline. For a company perspective, right? For let's say GE or Siemens or Philips, whichever company are selling those MRI machines, CT scan machines, right? So they want to build a sales pipeline, right? So they want to understand next year what will be their sales forecast, region wise, salesperson wise, at deal stage wise, what will be the sales pipeline, right? So obviously it will not be like a small data like these 12. That might be obviously for B2B it will be small, but for B2C it will be a lot bigger. Thousands of data points will be there. But we have taken a small data set and we will try to build a dashboard out of it, right? So what do you mean by dashboard? So my objective, my visualization objective as an analyst, what I have to build is a sales pipeline dashboard for 2022, which will show location wise, salesperson wise, deal stage wise, quarter wise data, right? I can simply do a pivot table and create that in Excel, right? So that is the simplest thing we can do. But right now, we same thing we want to do in Tableau, right? We'll start with the simplest thing, then we'll get into the complex part of data visualization, right? So that is something we want to build, right? We want to build a sales pipeline dashboard, and they have my management have asked me to create a location wise, salesperson wise, deal stage wise, and quarter wise information data, right? That is already given in the Excel file. I want to connect them, right? I want to create a dashboard out of it. So dashboard is basically visual representation of the data, right? Now, what do we mean by opportunity value? When I'm going to calculate that sales pipeline value, right? So if you see that Excel file, if you can open that Excel file, that sales pipeline data, right? There is something called deal size, then probability of success, right? So what is that probability of success? That is that salesperson. Who is that salesperson? Salesperson one, two, three, four. There are four salesperson there, right? They have their based upon the discussions they have with the like hospital authorities, right? How much confident they are, right, to win that bid, to win that tender, right? So that it shows probability of success, which is given by the salesperson, right? If I do not take the historical my win rate or success rate, right, I can just calculate with the opportunity value, whatever the deal size, that is the tender value, right? It is in rupees, million rupees, 50, 60, 30, like that. If you open that Excel file, it will be given there. Then multiplied by probability of success, right? So that will give me a pipeline or opportunity value, right? That is something, that is one aspect. There is another file which gives me in my previous 20 years or 22 years where I have operated in India. I know that not all the tenders I win, right? I participate in almost all the tenders on all the hospital tenders, which ask for different kind of equipment, but I have lost many, right? So that file gives you that historical rejection data, right? So you have lost many tenders at different stages of bid, right? Some tenders you have lost in the lead stage, some tenders you have lost in prospect, qualified prospect, and even in the committed stage also. There are few tenders which were almost going to be finalized, but still you have lost that, right? So that gives you idea historical information, right? Some companies do not go by the kind of what sales people are telling, that is probability of success. They only consider their historical rate of win or historical rate of success, right? Based upon that, they want to calculate the next year's pipeline, right? So that is another way to go about it. Some companies again become more conservative. They take both of them. They take the probability of success which is given by the kind of your salespeople, multiply that with whichever probability you have, that historical probability, right? So that data again will be much more conservative, right? Because you are multiplying two probabilities, right? But we'll try start with the simplest one. Let us let me first open the Excel file. Anyone who is not able to download that file, So I have shared a very small data set, only 12 lines, 12 rows are available. This is your probable customer, potential customer, Ames Hospital, location is given. Year obviously everything is for next year, 2022. Which quarter? Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are taking quarter as January to March is quarter 1 like that. Right? Then what is the deal size? Value of the probo in case I win. So it is around 50 million INR, right? So around 5 crore rupees. Deal stage, at what stage of deal it is in, whether it is just starting phase is lead, then after sometimes prospect, then qualified prospect, then in case they qualify you, they are going to finally negotiate with you, then that is almost committed, right? Then who is the salesperson responsible? The salesperson 1, 2, 3, 4, I have not given any particular name. Then this is the probability of success, right? This is what the salesperson believes that. Let's say if I talk about serial number 1, Ames Hospital, which is in Bhubaneswar, they require MRI machines, which will cost almost around 5 crore of rupees. That is in the lead stage. That is means almost tendering stage, beginning stage. Salesperson 1 is handling that, and he is confident that 60% chance is that he is going to win this bid, right? So that is what probability of success, right? So without using Tableau also, I can just this itself, I can create pivot table and I can provide all the information, right? Quarter wise, salesperson wise, your location wise, all the whatever the kind of management wants that dashboard, I can create that in Excel, right? So I hope all of you are familiar with pivot table or kind of charts and visualizations in Excel, and you'll be able to do that. What we are trying to do, can you do it a little better in Tableau, right? So that is the major point of discussion today. Okay. So with that, please open Tableau. So once you open Tableau, the first screen, at least in the Tableau desktop, you will kind of encounter a screen like this. Okay. So if you see, there are different connection availabilities there, right? Tableau server, if some organization have access, have license for Tableau server itself, right? Or we can directly connect to a file. Microsoft Excel text file is basically those comma separated values, CSV files. It can be a Java JSON file or Microsoft Access database file, PDF, spatial file. There are different files. If you click here, you can get into different file types which can be connected with Tableau, and yeah, we can work with. Then if you want to build a live connection, if you want to work with directly database access, if you have a database access, right? Many companies, obviously their sales data or any kind of CRM data will be available in different kind of databases, right? So this database keeps on adding as and when Tableau have the licensing agreement with other databases, right? They keep on adding different kind of databases, including with SAP, Teradata, different. Oh, you can see that they have left nothing, right? Any kind of database you can think of, it is available here, right? So if an organization is using different kind of databases, they can connect live connection and use that file, right? So to start with, we'll start with our whichever file I have given to you, Microsoft Excel. Then let us start with the pipeline information. So this is the screen. Once you connect the data, will be reaching. You will this screen will appear to you. Anyone who is not in this screen? Okay. So we'll start with this. There is, let us try to understand some options are given here. If you go to the top of this screen, there is something called connection, live and extract, right? So the major difference is live is whenever you are working on a live data means live connected data to a CRM database or a sales pipeline data set, right? So directly with your user ID and password, you will access the database and you will link to whatever SQL database, Access database, MongoDB, or whichever database your company is using, right? And whichever file you want to require, if you have access to that file, you can directly connect to that file with the proper authorization and you can work on that, right? So that is the meaning of live connection, right? Live connection means you are connecting to a database, you are connecting to a dynamic like data structure where information gets updated each second. Or just think about Amazon, right? If somebody is, let's say right now big billion day is coming and they want to understand how much sales are happening across different sectors, across different product lines, right? So obviously if somebody is working on Tableau or Power BI, they'll be connecting to their own database where the sales information keeps updated every microsecond or millisecond, right? So that is where live connection will happen. Extract, if I click extract, basically Tableau creates a temporary screenshot of the information at that second whenever I click that extract, right? Obviously in our case it will not make sense because it is a static, it is a that is not a dynamic Excel file, right? The information is static. Whatever 12 rows keeps remains same. But sometimes it might happen that if you are using that as a database and people keep on adding, your sales people are keep on adding the pipeline as and when, right? That can be also live, right? But when you talk about extract at that point of time, Tableau takes a screenshot, Tableau takes a snapshot of the information available and try to work with that, right? So it will not be connected with a live data. So as you can imagine, right, which will be faster because extract is working on a static data set, right? Whatever visualization you do will be little faster, right? In live connection, because data is being kind of ingested or being taken from the database, right? Every time new information will be coming in, right? It will be little bit of slow, right? So the ideal best practice will be if you are creating a dashboard, start with the extract, create the dashboard, then jump into the live connection and all the information can be updated, right? Unless you create a new column or some new information is required. As long as your informations are only getting added in row. That means the number of inputs are getting increased, not on the dimension side, not on the column side, no input increase is there, right? So that is where the difference of live and extract comes. Live is connecting to a live database, dynamic information. Extract is, it will take a screenshot and try to work with that, right? Uh, Next is data interpreter. Again, for today's session, it will not have much usage, but later on I'll try and whenever I give you that class exercise, right? Whenever you download economic data set or World Bank data set, most of the times, lot of kind of uh, information which is not required there, right? So data interpreter will help you to clean the data, right? Remove those unnecessary information. uh, let's say there was somewhere names are missing, right? It will try to kind of intelligently guess those names, right? Table names, and will try to provide that, right? So in that scenario, basically it is used to clean the data, right? In our case, the data I have already kind of cleaned the data, given you a proper format, but basically it helps you to do that activity, right? In the future classes, we'll try to use that. We'll download a data set from maybe World Bank or somewhere else and try to see that what kind of options or what kind of cleaning this data interpreter does. Okay. So this is about the like first screen where you'll see whatever information you have in that Excel file. Okay. Then if you go to the bottom page and see, there is something called new worksheet. If you go to the little right of that, there is something called new dashboard and there is something called new story, right? So let us try to first create a new worksheet. Okay. Okay, it is already there. So we'll name it later on, but so this is where somewhere like you'll work. This is the workspace where you will create different visualizations, right? So this is the worksheets which will be working with. There is something called dashboard. What does dashboard mean? And whatever we are going to create today, right? Dashboard is a combination of different worksheets, right? So rather than creating different, like you remember what is our objective? Objective is to create a sales pipeline dashboard, which will give me location-wise data, salesperson-wise data, deal stage-wise data, right? And there is fourth one, right? So different viewpoint I want to see, right? I can create 4 different visualizations, right? 4 different charts or 4 different diagrams out of it, and I can combine them together in a single view, in a single dashboard. So combination of those 4 different visualizations, 4 different charts can happen in this dashboard, right? So this is the dashboard is combination of different sheets or different workbooks which will be working with, right? I will create one. So let me rename this first. So that is sales pipeline. Okay. So this dashboard will try to create today. Then there is something called new story. Story again is, if I click there, story again is a combination of, again, it can act as a dashboard, it can be a combination of different sheets, or it can be a combination of different dashboards also, right? So why we use story? Sometimes what happens if I'm just not there to present something, right? So I can create those dashboard views. I can create inbuilt those whatever different visualization, and I can write the information which is required, right? I can write the insight which is getting, somebody is getting out of that visualization, right? So somebody, so story means let's say there are 10 story point, right? One by one somebody will get a insight out of that total visualization, right? If time permits, we'll try to do that also. Otherwise, anyhow later on, anyhow we'll do that. So this is about it. The information we have been provided. We will try to create a sales pipeline dashboard. Okay. So this is the space which we'll be working with. Is there a question?
Yes, sir. Sir, in sheet 2, you got the dashboard panel right there. I couldn't understand how did you get it?
No,
Because
you
in
have to
mine
click there.
it's
If you have
data.
to go to the below, go to the screen,
Yes.
bottom of the screen, and click on this new dashboard.
No, sir, not that one. Like in the extreme left where there is data and analytics. Even in my dashboard session, I have data and analytics instead of dashboard and I guess layout or something. Yeah. See, extreme light, you have story and layout. So
Okay.
I still get the data and analytics later.
So you might have clicked on the worksheet. Please go here and click on the new dashboard. So there will be
Yes, sir.
a
Got it.
still. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone having any difficulty, any other difficulty? Okay. So let us try to first find out, calculate what is our opportunity value. So what will be our opportunity value? The deal size multiplied by probability of success, right? So there is something called calculated field, right? So whichever information is not provided in your Excel file or CSV file or any other file which you are using, right? And you want to calculate something, right? So there is something called calculated field, right? Again, like in Excel, it is simple. In you click on that sales and you write a function, or you write a just sum of this product of this or some product of this, right? You use those kind of functions, right? Same thing here, right? It is almost similar to, if I combine SQL and Excel, almost most of the features will be common here, right? Something from SQL and most of the functions from Excel will be available here. So how to create a calculated field? Just right click here, right click in the bottom space, create calculated field. Remember why you are creating a calculated field, because what we have given in that Excel file is deal size and probability of success. What we are trying to find out actually is actually, in case, what is the probability? Like if I multiply by that probability, right, it will give me opportunity value. So I'll name that. Then,
So,
yeah. Yes, yes, Sumit.
Could you please repeat that step? I missed it actually.
Okay. So basically, the information which has been provided, if you see in that Excel file, is about the deal size and probability of success. So for each salesperson, right? So they have mentioned what is the deal value in case they win that bid, win that tender. What will be the total size of that tender, right? So that is 50 million, 60 million, 30 million. It is given. Also, they have said what is their confidence, what is their confidence of succeeding in that bid, winning that bid. That is the probability of success, right? If I combine them both, right, that is something which is known as opportunity value, right? Because I know that it is not 100%. If there somebody is telling they are 100% confident, so that is that value I can expect. But when somebody is telling I'm 50% confident, right? So how will you calculate the opportunity value? That deal size value multiplied by the probability of success, right? So that is something we have to calculate. So how to calculate something in the Tableau? There is something known as calculated fields, right? So like in Excel, you do all those calculations, sum, you do subtraction, you do addition, you do multiplication, everything. You put equal sign and do that, right? Same situation here. So there you obviously you need not have to like kind of write most of the times you need not have to write any equation. Same situation here also, right? So just go to the bottom of the screen, right click it. So there will be something called create calculated field. Okay. So click there,
Okay, sir.
write that opportunity value. So opportunity value, I know that it is the deal size in rupees million multiplied by, again, as you can see, it is simple as the Excel file, like we do the calculation in Excel, multiplied by probability of success. Okay. In case there is error, it will show itself that what kind of error you have, right? So it is showing the calculation is valid. I'll say apply. Okay. So I got something called opportunity value because that is something we want to find out, right? Now what we have to do first, what are our options or what are the things we have to create, right? So if I just look into, so I have to create something called location wise, salesperson wise, deal stage wise, and quarter wise. Okay. So let us try to create those first. And let me rename these sheets. Location wise. So what basically we're doing, we're again we need not have to create 4 different worksheets, right? In a single or 2 worksheets, we can combine different visualization, but we'll try to understand them later. First, let us try to understand very simply. Our main objective is to create a dashboard. The management wants to see different sales pipeline or the opportunity value, location wise, deal stage wise, salesperson wise, and quarter wise. I can simply do a pivot in Excel, but I'm creating that same thing in the Tableau. Okay. So let us try to first create something called location wise. Okay. So before that, let us try to understand what kind of different information is provided here. So there is something called dimensions and measures in Tableau, right? So if you see here, something is written is measure value. Just click somewhere here, probability of success or opportunity value, and try to. So if you just try to drag, don't drag it, just try to like kind of drag it. You'll see in the right something is written as dimensions and measures, right? So dimensions are basically qualitative data, right? Grouping data, names, regions. So those are dimensions. Measures are which can be measured. That's why the name is measure, right? any kind of quantitative data, right? Sales, revenue, profit, loss, age, weight, whichever can be measured, right? Quantitative information, right? Whatever we
Excuse
have
me, sir.
discussed. Yes. Yes.
Sir, in the opportunity value, what ABS you gave, like
Uh, can you please repeat? Uh,
while creating the opportunity value, it's showing some, we have to give some ABS number, returns the absolute value of the given number,
no, no,
example
not
ABS.
required. You just not required. You just multiply deal size multiplied by probability of success.
Okay.
Okay. So we are discussing something called measures and dimensions, which is very essential or fundamental in Tableau. Measures are quantitative data, right, of which you can measure. Dimensions are qualitative data, right, grouping data, right, names, regions, right. That is how in Tableau we define different data types, right. There is something else if you go to the left side of this, right. So if you see here, click this, different kind of data types is provided here. There is something called number, whole number, decimal number, date and time, simply date. Then string is basically textual data, boolean is true or false, right, whether yes or no, right, two options, that is binary or boolean data, yes or no. And there is something called interesting, which is not available in Excel. There is something called a geographical role, right? Like if you remember what we discussed in last class, right? That is somewhere it will give you power to the visualization, right? Because we can look whatever, whether it is sales, any details geographically or spatially, right? Providing geo tag or geo information along with the information what we have been provided, right? So these are different data types which has been provided in Tableau. So if you just click here towards the left side of right click, you'll find that different number, date, time, date, then textual data, text data, boolean, then geographical role, right? So first thing what we are going to do is, because we know that if I go to my data source, right, I know that my location is Bhubaneswar, Mumbai, Chennai, and Delhi, right? So there are four states, like four, not states, four cities of India which has been provided, right? So there are two ways to do it. I can do it here also. I can edit this data, edit the like kind of what kind of data here it is provided. I can assign a geographical role, but let us try to do it there, right, in this sheet itself. So what basically I'm trying to do, location right now, if you see, is written as ABC. That means it is taking location as text data, right? Name data. So it is just taking location Bhubaneswar as a name, Chennai is a name, Delhi as a name, Mumbai as a name, right? So I'll change that data type to geographical role. I'll assign that as a geographical role, right? So I'll assign that as a city, right? Once you do that, you'll see that location data right now changed to it's a globe sign, that is a geographical symbol sign. So whenever in any data type in the left side you see this globe, right, that means Tableau is recognizing that data type as a geographic data, right? So now what we'll do, I'll just drag this location data into this data pane. So automatically it will read out four locations. Here nothing else is given. It just shows four locations, four location data: Delhi, Bhubaneswar, Chennai, and Mumbai. Right? That's all it is doing. So I have changed the location data, which was a textual data. I've changed the data type to geographical data. How did I do that? I clicked in the right side, sorry, left side, right click there, then assign a geographical role. I have given assigned a geographical role of city. Anybody who is facing difficulty in doing this?
Sir, I am getting only two data. Like one is Mumbai and another is Chennai, not in
Okay.
Delhi. And
Yes, sir. Same here, sir.
Okay. So here, if you see in the bottom page, there will be something called, is it showing unknown values? Right side.
Yes, sir. Four unknown values.
Yeah, click there.
Yes, sir. Two unknown.
yes, sir,
Two
one
unknown.
unknown.
Yeah, click there. Okay. So there will be something called edit locations. Click on that. Okay. So if it is written Bhubaneswar, check that whether there is a matching location. If it is not there, you can from the drop down city drop down you can select whichever nearest city. Because in my case it is written BHUBAN ESWR, but in Tableau if you see it is given BHUBAN ES extra H is there, right? So it might be for that region it might not be able to find in your case. Delhi sometimes may be identified as New Delhi, so check that. Rather than Delhi, try to select New Delhi. Okay.
Yes, sir, got it.
Anyone having any other issue? I hope you are able to see the 4 data point.
Sir, can you say that edit location part once again?
Yeah. So click if you are finding any. For me, actually, it is showing all the 4 locations. So all the 4 locations: Delhi, Mumbai, and Bhubaneswar and Chennai automatically. In case for you it is not showing, sometimes because it is basically guessing the city name, right? So in case it is not able to get that, just click on that unknown values in the right corner, or if you click that any location value, there will be something called edit locations. Right click there, click on this edit locations, and you will get this kind of information. So try to match your data. What kind of matching location is available on Tableau?
Sir, again, sir.
Okay. So click on any of the location which is visible to you. Right click it. So there will be something called edit locations. Click that. So see that whether if it is written here unknown, right? Try to click there and find out whichever city it is showing in Tableau.
Okay, sir. So in my case, it is not showing any data.
So all 4 unknown values it is showing, or geographical information itself is not.
No points are showing, sir.
Even the map is not showing.
Yeah, only the map is showing.
Sir, for me, the dots are showing, not the map.
Okay, go to the show me option. Make sure that you are clicking on this left mapping information, symbol maps.
Saying error.
What error it is showing?
Sir,
This
it's
is
showing
the
application applicable.
What happened?
The system is offline. That's why it's asking.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking.
Yeah, I think that will be network issue. So ideally it should show here. Sometimes if there is internet connectivity issue, it will not be able to reach out to the map server. Okay, so that is something, but if you see here, it is only showing the details of a kind of locations, right? What I want here, opportunity value, whatever we have just calculated, I'll drag it here. Right. So now I know that what is the opportunity value which is available here. So for Mumbai location, around 61 million opportunity, 61 kind of million INR. For Chennai location, 86.50, Bhubaneswar 55, and Delhi is 51. Right. So that is the first step what we did. Anyone
Sir,
having any
can you
difficulty?
please say again how to get the sum opportunity?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
just clicked that
Yes,
and
sir.
dragged it here. I just clicked that and dragged it here. So click on that opportunity value and drag it to this space, working space.
Yes, sir, got it, sir. Yes, sir, got it.
So now we'll go to the deal stage. So deal stage wise data, which is, yeah.
So excuse me.
Yeah.
Sir, like in my case, sir, no cities are being shown. So like after going to, sir, like in the below right side down, it is 4 unknown.
Okay.
So, but so sir, then after going to the edit option, like after clicking on the four unknown, it is showing that the country region, it is showing United States. So we
Yeah,
should
just
change.
change, just
Change it to
Pratik,
India.
just change that to India. The same problem was
Okay.
happened with me also.
Change that location
Okay.
to India.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So then simply we'll do the deal stage wise data. So where is deal stage? So here you can see different options which are available. Just look into what kind of chart or what kind of visualization you want to create.
Sir,
Yes.
what is the data type you selected for deal stage? Because it is string. It is showing string.
Deal stage, yes, deal stage will be string only, because that is that 4 stages, right? Lead, prospect, right? So those are
Yes.
kind of categories, right? Different category of your deal. Deal size has to be numerical wherever this hash symbol is there, right? So that is your numerical data.
Okay, sir.
So, but we have taken the opportunity value, I hope. Yes, I have taken opportunity value because that's what we are working with right now, right? We are no longer working with the deal size value. Everywhere working with opportunity value.
Sir, in that case of marks automatic,
Hmm.
if I'm clicking there as a drop down, if I'm clicking there as bar, it is not changing.
Uh, which one? Can you please repeat your question?
Sir, here on the left side, sir, filters, marks, under marks, it is showing automatic, right?
Yes, sir. Same issue
If
with
I
me, sir.
click that automatic drop down and I change the type of graph I want, it is not changing.
In the show me option,
No, not in show me, sir. Here's the left side, sir, marks,
left
where
side marks.
color
Okay.
size, that
Okay.
automatic drop down
Okay.
bar.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You are telling these are not changing, right?
Yes, sir.
These are basically where kind of if you go to the show me option, right? So it will show that which kind of chart can be used here. Like if you see lot many of them are not highlighted, right? You cannot utilize that. If you click, if you need not have to click there also. If you go there, it will show that why you are not able to use that kind of visualization. It will ask that, okay, for line continuous, you have to use one date. You need one kind of date or time kind of information. Then only you can use a trend line kind of visualization. Similarly, here I cannot use a geographical because there is no geographical data set, right? So that is how why it is not been highlighted. So some, like if you click here, bar, obviously you are able to do it. You're not able to do a map because that information is not available here. Same thing here also. If you see here, yes, Subra.
So for my data, like the bar is also not available. The bar graph is also not available.
Uh, so how did you create this chart? Like for you, nothing is showing.
No, sir. I'm just getting the name of the column.
Okay, so let us try to do it from the beginning, remove everything. Okay. So what we are trying to create is deal stage wise information, right? Visualization, right? So I'll take this deal stage, which is in a dimension, which is a dimension or a qualitative data. I'll put that into rows, right? I'll drag that into rows. Then I'll take this deal size, that is a quantitative information. I'll put that into columns. So still it is not.
So yes, sir. I did the vice versa, sir. I did the rows into columns and columns into rows. That's why. Okay, sir. So got it. Thank you.
So I can like kind of so if you see here, whenever you want to sort the data, right, from lower to like, you remember that is something we discussed in the first class. It is always better to sort the data whenever you do carry out visualization, right? Either from lower to higher or higher to lower, right? Here it is not like that. So how to sort data in Tableau? So whenever you go to the visualization, right, one sorting symbol it will show here. You just click that, automatically it will sort the data by descending. If you click again, ascending. Right. Sorry, I have taken deal size. We have to take the opportunity value. So I'm removing deal size and taking opportunity. Is it clear that whenever you want to sort the data, you can click here if your data is not sorted?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I got it.
Yes, sir.
So again, I'll not get into the coloring part, and there are different cases. We'll see the like try to basically improve on visualization. Today, what we're trying to do is a very simple visualization and creating a dashboard. Right? There are various ways you can combine different charts. You can do stacked bar. You can do different, but those are the few things we'll look into later on. So I have created location wise information. I have created deal stage. Same thing I'll do a salesperson wise. I'll right now just take salesperson to rows and opportunity value. Okay, let me rename this opportunity value also because it doesn't look like rupees million. Okay. So again, I'll sort it out. So I know that right now the salesperson 3 have a highest value, right? So one way to do it, if I want to label data, right? I want to rather than going there and seeing that what is the opportunity value size, right? I can again drag this opportunity value to the label. So one way to change your view, sometimes if it is not visible, you can click here in the top most corner. There are different type of views are available. Standard, fit width, fit height, entire view. Sometimes if Tableau doesn't show certain information, you can click on that entire view. It will show you. Okay. Anyone having any difficulty? Okay. So again, last one is quarter-wise data. So again, same thing. Quarter. Then I have opportunity. Okay, here is one interesting thing. If you see why it is not showing like this, right? So let us try to understand this again. So if I go to the deal stage wise data, right? So you see there are two colors actually. There is a green color. So these are actually known as fields. I'll share the slide. Just remember the names. So this space is known as cells, whichever this is pages, filters. Then these symbols, right? Which is you can see here, deal stage or sum of opportunity value. These are known as fields, like medicine fields because the like kind of symbol it looks like that. That's why the name is fields. What about the coloring part? If you see automatically this is green color and this is something called blue color, right? We have not colored that automatically. If I go to the location wise data, these two symbols shows the field shows the green color data. If I go to the salesperson, again opportunity value is green, salesperson data is it is showing that your kind of blue. Looking at this, can anybody interpret what does green means and what does blue means?
So green is the numerical value and blue is the text value or
Yeah.
character.
So
String.
mostly, yeah. Anyone else?
So blue is dimensions and green is measures.
Not necessarily. Some you will find some dimensions in this particular state. If you see your dimension, water is a dimension, right? But those are numerical data. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have symbols, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? What about your green or blue means? Blue is something your discrete information, right? Which is again, there is no continuation of the data. When I talk about quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, quarter 1 is discrete, 2 is discrete. There is nothing like quarter 1.1. Quarter 1 ends and quarter 2 starts, right? So this is basically discrete data. There is some information which is continuous, right? Continuously sales value 10, 10.1, it can be 10.1, 0003, it can be that. So whenever you look at this symbol or the like kind of color is green, right? So that is basically defining the continuous data. And if it is blue, right, in this cells, right, this is something known as your discrete data, right? So in
Sir,
this part, yeah.
Sir, in that stage wise and salesperson wise, I'm not able to see that 33 and 56.50.
Yeah, so you have to select this opportunity value, drag it to label.
Okay, level.
So if you see quarter, actually here it is taking as a continuous data, but we know that quarter is a discrete data. So you can click it here and make it discrete. So again, we can quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the values it is. So we had
Sir,
to
can we zoom the
so click on this standard entire view. Then drag this opportunity value to labels. Okay. So I hope all of you have created this 4 simple visualization, right? Again, like I said, we have not done anything complex. We have not gone into different options which are available. We are just creating 4 different kind of bar charts, right? Only one geographical data, other 3 are bar charts, bar diagrams, right? Very simple. So once you do that right now, because these are the 4 different views our management wanted in a dashboard, right? We have already created that. Now we'll go and connect them, right? So now we had created one dashboard or named a dashboard called sales pipeline. We'll click there. So it is very simple, but before creating a dashboard, let me show you like kind of different options which are available. So you can define the size, right? The view screen size, right? You click here, different kind of, depending upon where you are going to use this kind of dashboard, right? Different kind of views, whether it is A4 size or it is a PowerPoint, you are going to use that in a PowerPoint, or it is going to be embedded in a web page. Most of the times, the same information will be directly into Amazon portal or a whichever website you have, right? So same information, you can represent that in a web page as an embedded image, or laptop browser or full screen desktop browser. So it shows the different screen format which you can utilize, right? In our case, we'll just take the PowerPoint. Let's say we want to use the same thing in our PowerPoint. So we'll make it automatically. Okay. Now what we'll do? So remember what we discussed, right? In this case, all the 4 information is almost similar important. But remember what we discussed in dashboard. Most important views, the most important information should go in the top end, top left side. Then if there are 2 views, your overall information you should show in the top. So I'll
Sir,
drag this. Yeah.
sir, where did you change it to a PowerPoint?
So here, before size, your device preview layout.
Okay, sir.
So on above size, there will be something called layout. Click on that. So there are different options are available. Generic desktop, your laptop, your A4 size. We are going to use a PowerPoint option. So I put the location data, then I'll go and select the deal size data and put it here. So these are my 4 information which is given: deal stage wise, quarter wise, salesperson wise, and location wise. Right? There are 4 charts which I has created. I have created a dashboard out of it. Everybody is able to do this.
So how did you put it in the downward, like below the deal stage?
Yeah,
How did
just
you-
drag it. Once you drag it, let me do it again.
Yes, sir.
So these are the 4 charts or 4 different visualization which we have created. So I'll drag this location wise here, then deal stage wise maybe to the right side of it, salesperson wise to the bottom page, then quarter wise again to the bottom of this. So just drag it to the wherever you want to place them.
Got it, sir.
Do that PowerPoint one. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, so if you click here, there will be something called different options available. If you click on this fixed size, different options will be available here in the drop down menu. I've selected the PowerPoint. Is it visible to you?
So actually, when I am clicking in the drop down, I'm not getting the fixed size as any option. Sir, actually, it's showing some range.
Okay,
Minimum.
so remove that range to fixed size. Click there. So rather than
Okay.
range, put fixed size. Is it coming now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now talk about this again, like and what is great about this dashboard. Now the one important aspect of dashboard is it should be dynamic, right? All the visualizations should be connected with each other, right? It is very simple to do it in a Tableau. Just click on any visualization, one click, then there will be a more options menu. Click there. There will be something called use as filter, right? Just click on any visualization. Okay, so click on this symbol, more options. There will be something called use as filter. Right, click there. Same thing you can do it for
So in the location wise, what you did that 51, 61, 55, and 86.5 came.
yeah. So just drag this opportunity value to the label. Click on this opportunity value and drag it to label. So it is showing the labeling of the information, right? So in Excel also we do similar kind of thing. Are able to find this? Click on this opportunity value and drag it to label. Go to the location wise whatever visualization you have created. Click on that opportunity value and drag it to label. Is it clear or any doubt?
Sir, it's not showing.
These numbers are not showing. Here it is showing sum of opportunities.
Yes, sir.
Click on this and click on this enter view.
Which one, sir?
There will be space here, right? Because I've already kind of used that in dashboard. I'm not able to see. Have you created the dashboard or no?
Yes, sir, I have created.
Okay,
So
I'll come
shall
back.
I like delete from that? Okay, I am
No. Just to make sure that the symbol maps is on. Go to the show me option and make sure that the symbol maps is on.
Oh, yes, sir.
Then you have already, it is showing the sum of opportunity. Here the symbol is showing as text, right?
Sorry, sir.
So this option is showing sum of opportunity. So left side text P is there, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's
so just click on all the visualizations, all the charts whichever made, more options and use as filter. So why we are doing this? So now you'll see if I just want to understand what is the Bhubaneswar and information about Bhubaneswar, right? Automatically all the other charts will change. If I want to understand information, obviously we do not have much information here. Delhi side, who is the salesperson? Salesperson 4. What is the value size? 51. Lead, how much? 12. Committed 18. Qualified prospect 21. Which quarter that person is going to sell? Second quarter 21, third quarter 18, and fourth quarter 12. If I want to understand information about Mumbai, I'll just click on Mumbai. Salesperson 2, total value is 61. The lead stage 15. Qualified prospect stage 46. Then quarter 2 he will get around 46 and quarter 4 he is going to get around 15, right? So this is how you just create a very simple dashboard, right, using only bar chart and geographical information. Is it clear or anybody having any difficulty doing this? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay.
sir. In lastly, in the salesperson wise, only SP2 only swing. How you that came?
You click here in any empty space, the filter will go away. Is it done or any issue? Okay, so that's about it. We created a simple dashboard. Now one exercise is for you by next class. I have given you another file, right? Let me open that file. So if you see, there are around from 1998 till 2000, last year 2021, there are around 320 tenders they have not won, right? And at what stage they have lost that tender, that lost that bid, right? So there are many tenders which they have initiated at least stage, but it did not go further, right? So like that, there are at different stages of tendering, they have lost the bid, right? So this gives you the rejected kind of status or the statistics, right? So use this historical information. So now what we had done, we had created a dashboard using the whatever salesperson's probability of success, right? Try to again recreate this same dashboard, right? Using this information which is provided to you. What information is provided? You have been provided historical rejection or the kind of loss rate. At different stages of deal, you have lost those tenders, right? Using this, can you create a dashboard, right? So remember what information is not given, probability of success is not given, let's say. Now from this, can I create a information which will give me a probability of success at lead stage, probability of success at qualified prospect stage, probability of success at committed stage. So there are only 4 stages, right? So if I create the filter, committed, lead, prospect, and qualified prospect, right? So I can create a pivot chart to understand. So as you can see here in the pivot table, is the pivot table visible to all of you? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So there are 38 tenders that company lost when they were in committed stage. There are 130 tender they lost over last previous 22 years, which was in lead stage. Right. Similarly, 95 prospect stage and 57 at qualified prospect stage. Obviously, as you move to the committed stage, right, you will lose very few tenders. Right. This information shows that. So from this information, can I calculate my probability of success, right? Rather than taking the information from my kind of salesperson, right? If I just based my forecast or pipeline value based upon my previous historical data, right? Can I calculate something called probability of success out of this, right? So try to calculate this and use that in your dashboard, right? That is something, take it as a assignment home. Obviously, there are no marks right now, but we'll try to work that out in the next class. Before that, let me just go quickly what we discussed today. Yeah.
Sir, in that same Excel sheet, I got committed as 6038 as a sum of S number.
Yeah, because it is not sum, right? You have to change that to count.
Yes, sir.
Then go to the value field settings, change that to count. So if you change it to count, it will show. Okay, just quickly what we discussed in the next 10 minutes. Again, I'll share this slide. Don't worry about it. So Tableau offering, Tableau have different options. What we are working right now in Tableau desktop, some of you might be downloaded or using Tableau public. Not much difference, only maybe 1 or 2 functionalities do not work in Tableau public. Tableau desktop you can download, you can save the data set, save all the files in your own laptop. In Tableau public, you have to upload whatever you are working in the Tableau public server, right? So that is one difficulty. I'll not say difficulty because we are not working on any confidential data, right? In case a company is working on confidential data, it will be a problem. Tableau Online, there is a offering or there is a software Tableau Online, which you can use only on live connections, right? Then Tableau Reader. So these are different licensing versions, right? Because just imagine, not everybody is going to create a dashboard or create this kind of visualization in a company. Maybe 2 or 3 persons will have that license. Other management officials will have only Tableau Reader options, right? Where they can use the options to visualize different Tableau files. Then Tableau server, Tableau themselves have their own server. You can like kind of take the licensing, upload your data in their server, use their server to kind of do all this kind of data analysis, right? So that is also one of their offerings. Then quickly, workbook we discussed, that is the sheets, worksheet, dashboard, and story. Worksheets are basically different views. We created different 4 different worksheets. One is location, one is for your deal stage wise, one is for salesperson, one is for quarter wise data, right? Dashboard, when you talk about dashboard, is a collection of different worksheets like we created today, right? Then a story is basically collection of dashboards or collection of dashboard and sheets, right? Later on we'll create during our final classes, we'll create certain story. I'm going a little bit quick because I've already discussed that when we created that dashboard. Then there are different Tableau data types. This also we have discussed. Text values will be written, symbol will be ABC like this. Date values, date and time values. Numerical values will have this kind of straight hash sign. Boolean values will have true or false, right? Yes or no, those kind of symbols. Geographical values will have this kind of globe symbol. Then there is sometimes we create a set or we create a group. Later on, I'll show you that. Let's say I want to take 4 cities or 5 cities in eastern part of India, and I create a region, right? I call it as the eastern region of India, right? Then that icon will be something like a file, we use this kind of staplers to uh, collate some files or some pages, right? Same symbol it will show here, right? So that is the clusters, groups, sets, all will have this kind of icons. And then difference of extract versus live, right? Extract, basically it is you are not working on the live dynamic data set. Some cases, most people work on extra data because it is easy to work with. Connection will be a little bit faster. On the live connection, you remember when we are going and connecting data from a database, right? Every time information will be fetching from the database, you have to work on that. Then you have to create the dashboard, and that dashboard will go to your web portal or your internal site, right? It takes a little bit of more time, right? If your network is slow, if a lot of a huge amount of data is there, you'll get into trouble. So better to use extract that time, right? So think about again depending upon the situation, right? Let's say there is the kind of patient's billing data, right? It is not that every second, every minute you need to monitor how much medicine usage, how much injection usage has happened, right? Billing data information can be done, or kind of some information can be done monthly, weekly, or daily basis, right? In that case, you can do a extra. But some information which is a real time, I think about ECG machines. For each, let's say there are 10 in COVID happened, right? A central monitor will be placed where each of the person's information, ECG, their oxygen level, all those will be plotted there, right? So in that case, you might have to use a live connection, right? So your kind of wherever those devices are linked, right? They will be sending those information to a single database, and from that database, you will be extracting data and working on that, right? So it depends a lot on what kind of what is your end goal, right? Do I need to refresh the data every right now big billion day is coming, right? Whenever those data analysts will be working, because depending upon sales happening every half an hour or every 15 minutes, they have to change the discount rates, right? So they have to put certain logic. If the product is being not sold as per their plan, they will use different discount strategies, right? So in that case, they will be working with the live data, right? But maybe for a regular sales, they'll be using this kind of extract data, right? Again, depends upon the context. I don't think Amazon will have any issues. The kind of money, the amount of money they have spent on the databases, so they'll not have problem having the network issues and all those things. But for smaller companies, it might happen. So we discussed this. This is known as fields. These symbols which you saw there, right? These are because it looks like medicines fields. Then columns, rows, pages, filters, right? We have not used any kind of filter today. Later on, we'll use that. Also, to one of the important usage of pages, right? To create different kind of dynamic chart. Right? We'll use that later on. Then there are different marks to kind of look into your visualization, right? Different colors, size, labeling, shapes. You can use different shapes. Detailing out, you need to add additional details in those whatever bar chart or pie chart or whichever visualization you are going to use, heat map. We can use this kind of additional settings to provide a context to the visualization, right? We did not use much today apart from the label where you drag that opportunity value and put into label so that that information for salesperson for quarter wise that was shown, right? Measures and dimensions, we have discussed the differences. Measures are quantitative data which can be kind of calculated or which can be measured, right? Dimensions are qualitative data, right? Grouping data, locations, names, all this will fall under dimensions. We look into a important concept called whenever green it is continuous, whenever blue it is discrete, right? So that's why quarter was one in continuous, I changed that into discrete, right? Because generally quarter we take it as a separate, quarter one, quarter two, there is no continuation of quarters, right? So that is the DB and the CG rule, a discrete blue and a continuous green. That is discrete DB, CG, discrete blue, continuous green. Tableau sorting, I'll show that whenever data visualization is not properly sorted, right? You can just click on this kind of symbol on top of the screen and automatically your data will be sorted out, right? Either from the descending order or ascending order. Okay. Calculated field, we did not do much today. We just do a simple calculation where we calculated opportunity value. That was the multiplication of deal size multiplied by your different kind of probability of successes, right? But taken like Excel, if you see almost all of them are in Excel, different kind of functions. Later on we'll be using, we may not use all of them, but we'll try to use some of them, right? Logical functions, right? String functions, type functions we'll be trying to use on later on in our sessions. Right? So this is the exercise which you did in today's class. We have done only the first part, right? Based upon the second Excel file which I have given to you, right? Try to find out probability of success or conversion rate based upon your previous data sets, right? Previous 320 tenders, a win or success rate. It is not a win rate or success rate is given, it is given the rejection rate. From there, you can calculate the win rate or success rate, right? Try to calculate that and try to create a dashboard using that information. So that I think we have almost reached to the end of the class. So that concludes today's session. I'll be sharing this slide. Anyone having any doubt for next 2 or 3 minutes we can discuss.
Sir, I missed my attendance.
Okay.
309, sir.
So I have a
Yeah, one by one.
Sir, so even I missed out on my attendance, 288.
Okay.
So 349, I missed my attendance.
Anyone else?
So I had a doubt like, so can we convert this into any PDF or Word format if somebody requires a hard copy of that?
Yes, you can do that. If you go there in the top part, you can create that. You can, I think, at least you can upload into the Word document. Right click it.
Okay.
You can download that whatever information is provided.
Sir, please mark my attendance also.
Roll number?
208 12 15.
215.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So you can print it to PDF. You can, there is option to send this to a PowerPoint also directly. Are you able to get that?
Yes, I found it.
Any other questions? Okay. So if not, we'll close for today. Next class, first 10 minutes, 5 minutes, if there is any doubt, we'll try to discuss that. And next class, we'll work on a separate data set on the insurance kind of something on the insurance data set. I'll share the data set little bit earlier. Today it was little bit last moment, but I'll try to share the data set little bit earlier. Lipika, how did you work today? You worked on Tableau Public or you were able to install?
Sir, on Tableau Public.
Okay. So I'll try to get you a product ID for Tableau Desktop and I'll send you access. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Sir, mine also. I also did that in Tableau public.
Uh, you are getting the same issue. You are not able to share your ID card.
No, sir, because I am PhD scholar, we don't have our ID card, sir.
Okay. You are PhD scholar, right? Okay, I'll share that with you. Just send me a note. I think Lipika send me a note. Just send me a email and I'll reply.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, I'll be sharing the recording. I think some students are not available for the class. I'll be sharing the recording. Chalo. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.